Comparing the Samsung Galaxy A15 against the Galaxy A25 might seem unfair, considering the price points, the processors in here, and heck, the Galaxy A25 is a 5G device, while you get a 4G modem on the Galaxy A15. So what is this comparison all about? This video is to help you decide if the Samsung Galaxy A15 is for you, or whether it's worth splashing an additional $100 to get the Samsung Galaxy A25. If that sounds like you, I would love to help you out. And so without taking much of your time, yo guys, let's get started. When it comes to pricing, you can get the Galaxy A15 for 190,000 Naira or $160 for the 4 gigs of RAM and 128 GB of storage memory option. While you get the Galaxy A25 for around 306,000 Naira or $260 for the 6 gigs of RAM and 128 gigs of internal storage. We're looking at about 115,000 or $100 difference in price. But first off, let me start with where these devices are a little bit similar. Both devices have a 5000 mAh battery from within the boxes. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you'll be getting the same battery life on an average use with these devices because they have the same battery capacities. That in itself is a big lie. The Galaxy A15 has a better battery life from my test, and that's because it has to power less tasks with this processor. I mean, it has to just power a 90Hz refresh rate, while the A25 has a 5G modem, more tasks can run here simultaneously, and also the introduction of a 120Hz display. So know that the Galaxy A15 is a better device when it comes to battery life. Both of these devices support a 25-watt fast charging system, and you can get your devices from 0 to 100 in about 85 minutes. Design is another aspect where you might find some similarities. Both are about the same size and they have the same screen size, but a slight difference in weight. You have 197 grams for the A25 and 200 grams for the A15. As far as the sizes of these devices, you won't notice any physical difference. They both look alike and have the same design. And even with the introduction of the wedge-like ramp to the size of these smartphones, you mostly can tell these devices apart by the material or the design you get from the rear of these devices. Probably colors is another way to tell them apart. You get headphone jacks for your wired headphones, and also they're used to activate your FM radio on these devices. You get a USB-C port and a downfiring speakers. The only physical major difference is the introduction of stereo speakers on the Galaxy A25. While you have a single downfiring speaker on the A15, which you can easily block off while gaming or consuming media, the Galaxy A25 goes a different route, giving you both a top and bottom speaker, so you can have a fuller sound game and not easily block it off like you do on the Galaxy A15. This makes the Galaxy A25 the louder and better sounding smartphone amongst these two. For the displays here, you get a 6.5-inch panel for both of these smartphones, but there are 3 major differences between these displays. One being the 90Hz refresh rate which you get from the A15 and 120Hz refresh rate you get from the Galaxy A25. This means you should experience smoother animations and scrolling whenever you pick up the Galaxy A25. The second point of difference among these displays is the display tech used here. While the Galaxy A15 has an LCD panel, the Galaxy A25 here comes with a Super AMOLED display. You get the true looking blacks and you can have an always-on display with this panel. LEDs are more power efficient, meaning you save more battery life with the Super AMOLED display on the A25, but this wouldn't exactly be the case since you have 120Hz refresh rate here, which drains a lot of battery. The third difference here would be the brightness. While you get an 800 nits of brightness on the A15, you get 1000 nits of brightness on the A25, meaning it's a better outdoor smartphone. Like, it's brighter outdoors, so if you want the better display, the A25 is the device to pick. Performance is one area where these smartphones differ. While you get the Helio G99 on the A15 here, the A25 has the Exynos 1280 processor. Honestly, there isn't a lot to say here. The Exynos you find on the Galaxy A25 is the better processor, and this is also a 5G chip, meaning this smartphone is a 5G smartphone. So this would handle your gaming better, multitasking and general day-to-day use would be more of a breeze with the Galaxy A25. Both devices should expect 4 years of software updates from Samsung, and they come out of the box with Android 14 and One UI 6.0. Now, these devices have a 50 megapixel main lens, 2 megapixel macro sensors. While the A15 has a 5 megapixel ultra wide, the A25 has an 8 megapixel ultra wide lens. For the front facing cameras, they both share a 30 megapixel sensor. Now, for the photos that come off these smartphones, the A25 had better white balance, better contrast and better saturation, but there were times where they were really close and I got confused for real. In fact, check these photos for yourself. Where you notice a significant difference from the cameras would be the front-facing cameras. For some reason, the A15 kept smoothing in faces. For the video side of things, you can get up to 4K in resolution for the A25 and just 1080p as the maximum resolution on the A15. You also get better stabilization with the videos on the A25 in 1080p if you turn on that feature, which is steady mode. Objectively, the A25 has the better camera quality, but I'd love to know if you think it is better by a long shot, or would this just be a slight edge in your books? Let me know in the comment section. So here's where I help you decide. If money isn't a problem and you need a 5G smartphone with 120Hz refresh rate that is for smoother animations on the displays, you want more vibrant colors for the displays and dual speakers, generally you need a better media consumption device, a better camera, and an overall better device, then the Galaxy A25 is your device. But if a better camera and a 5G modem doesn't mean a lot to you and slightly better processing, then this isn't the device to experiment with. A lot of people do not have an active access to 5G, by the way, and I don't think that should be a deal breaker for you. So if the 5G and the better display and slightly better performance isn't worth $100 to you, then you should go ahead and pick the Galaxy A15. I think the display and the processor on here are really good enough for casual enough users or the average consumer. Enough for them not to know what power and visuals they would miss out on the Galaxy A25. I mean, the A15 here is a smartphone I can easily recommend right now in 2024, much more than the Galaxy A25. What do you think? Do you agree with me? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and also check out my review on these devices here. Koida Day.